Welcome back to my show. I'm the Beer Adventurer.
And I'm Mike from Let's Talk About Reaper.
And on this episode, we've got from Three Floyds, this is Zombie Ice.
Nice, baby.
8.5% alcohol.
You realize I have to drive after this, right?
Yeah. But, I mean,
it should be good.
Yeah. So, this one is their Undead Double Pale Ale, which is interesting because it doesn't say IPA, so we'll see. Now, I did read on this that it is an unholy amount of citra hops, which is nice because those are citrus flavored. At least partly. The Double Undead Pale Ale heralds the zombie evolution after the dust has settled, which is an homage to their zombie dust.
They are really working the vocabulary in that description.
And settled from the apocalypse. Yeah. I don't know what an alpaca's lips have to do with any of this, but whatever. Okay.
I can smell that citrus already.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
is this a common size for beers? It's 19.2 ounces. I don't
okay,
think I've seen that.
There is a bunch of the craft beer, and then the craft beer guys that got picked up by somebody bigger that do this size, and I want to say that it's also a milliliter thing. I really forget what it is, but I'll probably look it up, so I'll stick it down there. But I see this can a lot. I also have a theory recently that this might be the size of a 12-ounce can around, because like the 25-ounce and the 24-ounce cans are bigger. So I think this will fit in.
So they made it this size so it'll fit in the cup holder in your vehicle.
Yeah. But to a lesser extent, the little slots in a convenience store.
That's probably a bit more logical, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's probably so it fits in a cup holder on your riding lawnmower.
This is the South.
Yeah. Okay, now the smell is heavy hop.
It's interesting. It has a bit of an undead smell to it.
Yeah.
I don't have the right words for it.
I'm going in. I like hoppy stuff.
I'm going to watch and learn.
That is disturbingly hop forward, yet remarkably easy to drink.
I'll be the judge of that. Let's see what we got.
Holy crap. I'm in. I like this a lot.
Now, from someone who doesn't historically like IPAs, and I don't know that we can consider this an IPA because they seem to avoid using that term.
Yeah.
It's not bad. The citrus flavor is pretty heavy in it, and I am a fan of citrus. There's something in there that I don't like, but it's not to the point to where I wouldn't finish it.
Right. I would say probably what it is that you don't like, it's going to be, there's a couple hop esters in there that are going to give you a little bit of pine. And there's going to be a very, very, after you've taken a good drink and it dissipates good, there's going to be a very small kind of peppery note. But there's a lot of citrus at the beginning.
Right, and it doesn't have the bitterness that I would normally associate with an IPA.
Right. Well, a lot of those IPAs tended to, in my opinion, go heavy on that piney hop there for a while. And I think that kind of turned a lot of people off. I don't think this drinks like an 8.5.
It's surprisingly smooth, and I don't really detect the amount of alcohol that I would have assumed from the number.
I would have given it probably, if I just had to drink it, I probably would have said a 7. The taste is more in the 6 range, but the mouthfeel's got about a 7. And an 8.5, I'm really happy with that. Now, just recently, I was up on a beer adventure up into Kentucky, and I found this in a couple different places, and I bought the single, and I paid like $3 for it. And like, man, I wish I'd have bought a whole bunch of these. This is good.
Now, what do you know about this Three Floyds company? The logo looks very similar to Avenged Sevenfold.
You know what? I've heard that before. I don't know if they have anything to do with them, but I can tell you that their big beer is zombie dust. Three Floyds has a lot of kind of like, for lack of a better term, the darker side. A little more goth stuff, but and this is no knock on Three Floyds as a brewery, I think their beers have been, to me, tastier than their gimmicks. Like they have a lot of these guys, they have gimmicks. I mean, I'm in marketing myself. Gimmicks help sell. Who amongst us has not bought a beer because of the can art?
That is specifically what draws me to one, because I am not the beer adventurer, so I don't know a whole lot about beers and their history and all the different details that you discuss. But if something's got a cool container, I'll at least give it a shot.
Right.
Because that way, if it doesn't taste good, at least I got a cool container to add to the collection.
Yeah. I mean, there's a beer called Lucky Buddha. Pre-pandemic, they all were green bottles that are the shape like actual sculpted like a Buddha. The beer is meh. The bottle is fuck yeah. Now they're just in green like Heineken bottles, and I'm like, I don't even buy it anymore. Because I used to give friends the little Buddha bottles. But
this is interesting.
This is a good beer.
After having a few drinks of this, it has an interesting effect on the lips, much like Carmex.
Yes, it is a little tingly. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Same.
The thing that got me most on this was the fact that it said it was a double pale ale as opposed to an IPA. So I was anticipating that it would have the characteristics of a pale with a higher alcohol content, which that's what it is. It's,
for the uneducated, what's the difference between an IPA and a double?
Well, the doubles tend to be, you'll also hear them called Imperials or something like that. It's doubles, and the Cliff Notes version, the simplest, easiest, is going to be doubles and Imperials are higher alcohol content for the similar style. Now when you get into that IPAs, there's so many different subgenres and not enough, in my opinion, unfortunately, even though I'm really anti-subgenre, just so you can tell what it is. But the pale ale, then they made the IPA afterwards, and that was because they put much more hops in it so they could actually get it to India from England around the Cape Good Hope, so they could take it all the way down below South Africa and come up, because the higher alcohol content and the more hops in it, the beer wouldn't spoil by the time it got there. It became a popular style. When the people from India came back to Britain, they still wanted the beer. The pale ale was the beer that it started out as. And the pale ale was because it was pale as opposed to the darker ales. But they're going to have a higher hop content than just like your average lager or porter or something like that. Pale ales tend
You totally just said cop content. Are there police officers in this beer?
Hop content.
It's enunciation.
Oh, yeah. I live in the South. Come on.
Yeah, I think I expected with the double pale ale for this to be doubly bitter, but it's surprisingly smooth.
I would say that it's probably doubly alcoholic. Because I've had some pale ales tend to be in that 4.5 to 6, and this is 8.5. I'm like super, super happy with this beer, and would definitely, this is.
Yeah, if I weren't such a lightweight, I would definitely get more of this, but I hope they make this in smaller containers or at least resealable containers.
Well, or for you, this is just one. All you have is just that one. You've got your buzz. You go to bed. I don't know. But I'm enjoying this beer. And if you guys are enjoying this review, go ahead, hit that like button. Hey, I'd love to have you a subscriber. Ring the bell. You'll get 3 a week. I will see what I can find. I will put these down, whatever information I can, down there in the description. In that description, you're also going to find all my links, my merch store, all of that kind of stuff, all the different media outlets. I'd love to talk to you guys about this down there in the comments, but let's go ahead and get down to the ratings and rankings. First and foremost, the most important is, did you dig this?
Yes, I was very pleasantly surprised with this.
I'm super happy with this beer.
I mean, as soon as you pulled out I'm going to say IPA, but double pale ale, whatever this is, I saw the words pale ale, and my immediate thought was this is going to be terrible. But as you can see, it's almost gone.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Would you have this again?
Yes.
I would. I'm actively going to look for this again. I don't know how hard it is to find. This was the first time I'd ever seen this one.
I've never even heard of the company before.
Yeah, well, it's a little harder to find in our area, but if you go to Memphis, Nashville, up to Louisville or Huntsville or something like that, some of these larger cities we can find it.
It's interesting, the artwork on this too. This reminds me of Sam Keith's artwork from the comic book The Max, if you're familiar with that.
Yes, I can definitely see that.
That's what's up.
Somewhere in all my parents' stuff, I probably still have an issue of #1 Max. I had that one. I like the first 10. But, so on a scale of 1 to 10, where you put this?
I think I'm just going to go with its ABV and give it an 8.5.
We don't do points.
Let's go for an 8 then.
All right. I'm right there on an 8 too. You know what? I'm really pushing a 9 because I'm just thinking I paid like $3 for this.
It's made a believer out of
Yeah.
me for a type of beer that I normally would not touch.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 9. Well, there you have it, folks. To your next beer adventure. Cheers.